Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Stygian. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today, because the Outsider was saying about the recent event. The Outsider looks to where the bottle of lead sits waiting on the terrible old man's table. To breed such an undying grudge for the sake of a few metal trinkets, a dispute that already caused their ultimate damnation, it's hard to swallow. Bottle of lead, that would be... Do you poison yourself immediately with lead, or do you just die because you choke on it or something? With great risk comes great reward, I'm gonna say. And it is often the bait that lures the beast into the trap, stranger. Well, I guess that's that. He wants to talk more, though. You can see a hint of unrest in the creature's movements when you are near. Why do you cover your face in rags? Are you a leper? Is that how leper is written? I thought it was two P's. Anyway, even the sick have some idea of what is false within them. Although I've come to accept the painful truth of being a monster, I yet have no clue as to the nature of my extraordinary condition. Well, you weren't aware that you were like this? Not for a long time. There were simply no mirrors in the castle. He is speaking mostly to himself now. Again, now I see with all clarity that ignorance of my own nature was the greatest of blessings. You can sense his rising anger. Then I destroyed it, shattered it with my own hands, my existence. Or my entire existence. I tried to reach humanity, my kind from which I had been separated. The creature laughs bitterly. Such a hopeless fool I was. I left my castle, the only home I ever knew, ever could know, to seek people who I will never be a part of. His anger is directed at you now. The deep, rugged voice almost makes your ears ring. Why do you ask such questions? Do you enjoy mocking me, stranger? Oh, I call you stranger. No, he's the Outsider. With barely suppressed laugh. No, okay, that would be me mocking him. On purpose, because I'm choosing that on purpose. You raise your voice to, go ahead, shout at me if it makes you feel better. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Let's go with that. After a few moments, the Outsider talks again in a calmer tone. I'm afraid I allowed my manners to lapse briefly. He shyly turns his eyes from you. Don't we have things to do? You must know that you'll never be judged by me. Because I don't hold... Yeah, our character doesn't judge other characters. Let's go with that. Have we set a precedent for that already? Maybe we have set a precedent for that, for our character being judgmental. But I'm not gonna let that hold me to roleplay, or not allow me to roleplay. And my character doesn't judge other people, and he's materialistic. Everything else is up for grabs. It is. The following word sounds almost inaudible from his cracked lips. Appreciated. So about your condition. What about it, stranger? My being a compound of all that is unclean, uncanny, unwelcome, abnormal, and detestable? Another thing. Okay. Okay, well, that's good. And we have a bottle of lead over there that we got, and got a journal update, a lead bottle. I found a peculiar key at the entrance of the room. No. No. Start progression, 85 experience. Really nice. Sanity gained a bunch. Really, really good. Where is the bottle? It's weird, isn't it? Huh. I can't see it. It doesn't mean it's not here, but I can't see it. It's very difficult to read as well, the things that are already unmarked. Stabber in the dark alley. Okay, these are easy to see. Yeah, it's not here. I think it's because we added it to our journal, maybe? Let's see what it is. What is left of the black substance at the bottom of this crooked bottle embodies the will of cheating Logan Dawkins, writhing with its undying desire for vengeance. So it's an enigma, so we need to solve that enigma. Okay, gotcha. That's quite straightforward. And we have something else as well. Resonating seashell. There's also a lot of things to read, and I sort of wanted to read them and then reload, because there's a lot of things in here. What enticed you to pick this up, even more so than its mesmerizing facets, was a deep but vague hum resonating from within. This is an enigma as well, as if the object was singing some forgotten hymn. Yeah, I'll mess with that. So we have some things over here. Can it be that this heinous sea creature transformed into dusty decor is actually a distant and perhaps ancient deep relative of the ill, the Moray, a very old globe probably dating back to the 18th century. The familiar landmarks dotting this weary sphere are indefinitely far away now, if they still exist at all. That one could be devoured whole or simply get ripped to shreds by the serrated teeth of this fearsome shark is a very disturbing thought. I was gonna say that's not a shark, but maybe it is. There's multiple types of sharks. These moldy shelves are stacked with dozens of ancient maps and charts noting the tides, winds, and speculated depths of distant exotic seas. Although it is of smaller gauge than the ones that comprise the arsenal of the great war vessels of yesteryears, it can devastate the targets which it was originally engineered to hit, but whether it can harm the horrors from beyond remains debatable. It's a cannon. There's a freaking cannon down there. A freaking cannon. Also, there's things back here. Go away. What is that? Can't see. This fuming ship's stove is oddly unable to counter the inexplicable chill permeating this modest chamber. Looking at what lies beyond the panes of this Rhytian object. No. Art? Does the French art? I don't know actually how to say art in French. One may better. Oh, of course. No, come back. One may better compass the vastness of the bleak unknown encroaching upon the shores of Arkham County. And then we have a haunted flintlock and lead shots and gunpowder in a manuscript for damnation to stone that requires occult. A lot of this stuff requires occult. There's also something here. This grotty figurehead, which presumably once adorned the prow of a buccaneer's frigate, is an amalgamation of a Faustian sea devil and a siren. Yeah, that's quite common in ships, and not just ships, in just popular art, amalgamations of things. Averred by the overwhelming abundance of books on display is the old sea dog's affection for the obscure works on mythology, maritime history, and ancient polytheistic cults. Indeed. Okay, we're going out. So what I was going to say about the grotesque. They call it a grotesque. Oh. Off he goes. The soul of a scavenger of the seas shall be found inside a bottle of lead. The last wish of a godless starfarer shall be heard from a mouth not of flesh. The drop of swarming chaos shall be stolen under the ruins once halls of wisdom, and the book shall be read which should not be read. That's the Necronomicon, I suppose. Only then you may wish to call me by the timeless stones on the nameless isle. Only then may you wish to walk by me between the endless realms of pitch black. The disfigured occultist approaches you. May I read the manuscript you found, stranger? My knowledge may help to illuminate the mystery. Absolutely, please do. He takes the manuscript as delicately as his claw-like hands will allow and reads it carefully. What can be... Well, actually, I want the mouth first, because that's the next one. What can be the scavenger... I can't, can I? Yeah. What can be the scavenger of the seas? Perhaps a sea monster of some kind. I've read about all kinds of sea beasts in my dusty tomes. Gargantuan devils that can sink galleons with their feelers. Hunters of the dark waters with razor-sharp teeth. What was meant in the line about the bloodless starfarer? Bodiless. A bodiless starfarer. I know there are celestial beings of great power journeying across the endless blackness. Could it be one of them? What do you think the drop of swarming chaos symbolizes? The reference is too vague to make a reasonable guess, stranger. And the book that should not be read? Why seek a book that should not be read? Such knowledge is often followed by damnation. Where do you suppose we might find it? The depiction resonates as a tome of the dark arts to me. A native who is knowledgeable either in search artifacts or the occult itself can perhaps enlighten you further. Another thing about the... Well, I guess that's that. So yeah, we read before about the grotesques, but it wasn't here. Was it here, actually? Was it even in this game? I hope it was. I think it was. But I don't remember where it was. Anyway, we're out. Oh, it was in the cemetery. That's right. There's a distinction between a grotesque and a gargoyle. The gargoyle is a very... Oh. Nah, we should be fine. Should we? So we have the inventory here. We have our journal. So this is completely done. I can close it right there. A lead bottle. It wasn't there. Did I not scroll up or something? The bottle I found at the house of the terrible old man turned out to be the lead bottle mentioned in the enigmatic poem. The first line of the poem, which directly referred to that creature, has inexplicably disappeared. Yeah, but more importantly, the key. I finally unlocked the safe deposit box 0, but it only raised new questions. There was an enigmatic poem inside the box. Was it meant to be a prophecy or a set of veiled instructions? Perhaps both. Did I miss that? I missed that. The poem. It's a good thing it opened. Because I absolutely missed the poem. We didn't read it, basically. I was still messing around. At that time, I was still messing around with the... the engine and whatnot. But it's not here. This old man's poem. Maybe I didn't read it. Oh, this time the A shows up. This weird poem is meddling. Yeah, I didn't read it. I just didn't click on read. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, it's this poem over here. It's a good thing it opened. It's a good thing it opened. Okay, so, do we need to level up? We are not at that place yet, which is a shame. My angst is a bit of a problem. Fortunately, my companion's angst, that's not a thing. They don't seem to be affected too much by that, which is lovely. I love it. Okay, off we go. Into the downtown. So basically, going back to that conversation about the gargoyle and the grotesque. The grotesque is the animal. So what we call a gargoyle is actually a grotesque. You stop on the ledge of a mist-filled chasm that clearly should not be there. Like the slash of a cleaver, the unnatural crevice brutally separates the frigid land that was once part of planet Earth. Crossing to the other side will surely involve some risks, but getting around it will also have a clear impact on the duration of your journey. You're clearly not equipped to cross this geological obstacle. Let yourself go, marry the depths, jump down. No, I'm just gonna accept the loss and get around the chasm. And I lost sanity, that's fine. You start the arduous journey to follow the outer ridges of the chasm under the ever-constant skies. You walk and walk. On more than one occasion, you thought you heard an unsettling howl coming from the depths. Although you are worn, sweaty, and scared, you decide not to slow down your steps until you see the other side to this maw of blackness. When you finally reached your destination, your body and mind had been both put to test. Indeed, I ate up two foods. Oh, no, don't rest. Just keep going. Ate up 2 foods and lost a little bit of sanity, which is not a big deal. A shadowy tangle, which resembles a crowded herd, looms on the horizon of twilight. Until now, you weren't aware of the existence of any animals in Arkham except diseased crows and corpse-eating dogs. I'm gonna hide until the herd is gone. You hide in the nearby ruins to avoid the course of this indistinct herd. The positioning of the corner which you deemed safe and behind which you chose to hide hinders the complete sighting of the animals. That's good. And I lost sanity. The first thing that warns you of their presence is the rising of an unbearable carrion stench, but it's the shrill sound that followed which ultimately freezes your blood. It's a sound between the moaning of a suffering animal and of something else. It's the sound of something you don't know and would never wish to know about. The accursed herd wanders away. But I gained experience in her face! So yeah, it's kind of weird that we call gargoyles to what we should call grotesques. Hunger suppressed. Because ration consumed. Yeah, everything's fine. So we call them gargoyles. But the gargoyle itself, while it is true that some grotesques are gargoyles, the gargoyle is the architectural thing that allows the rain to not drip off of a wall. So if a wall has a gargoyle, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be just a pipe. That's still a gargoyle, just jutting out of the wall. Or the ceiling, or not ceiling, the roof. Let's see. No. Let's see what you got. And your prices are awful, so I'm not gonna buy anything right now from you. We have a lot of things to do. In fact, I need to press Alt and still a lot of things. It's a really, really great thing that we do not have, as far as I know anyway, do not have salt. Nice. We do have salt. That we do not have carry weight. I love it. Absolutely a fan of that. Some bandages over there. Very nice. And then nobody going around here that is very important or anything. All of them. No, no, no. Okay, bye. Okay. Oh, there's something down here. Don't remember what this is. Well, I don't need to go in there, I don't think. Some screws and some cigarettes. That should pay for Eduardo. Let's go inside and from here sell some things and take care of stuff. So we're gonna need to talk to a mouth that is not made of flesh. Hiccup. This is not a shop. I don't need to be here. Although there is a haunted room in this hotel, and I believe I need a cult to be able to do something with it. Man, these guys are really aggressive right now all of a sudden. And is this where we get the nice discounts? I think it is. Yeah, it's not Schmitz. Okay. We're also gonna definitely need to sleep, because we need to solve the mysteries. We're gonna need to study them and whatnot. So the prices here are horrible. We have some weapons, and that's right. I need to look at what we have over here. So we have ourselves. Yeah, that's just a pistol that I don't need. We're good. Yeah, you can keep it. And then this one over here, the haunted flintlock, a slow and very old pistol, effective only within very short distances. Well, optimal ranges too. That is amazing. That is incredible. How good that is. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, we're gonna study the tuxedo, trying to figure what that is. That's not what I want. I want over here. So I'm gonna sell that and get a little bit of money from that. We have some ammunition. We got a lot of 38. Oh, but yeah, because we have a 38 pistol. That's right. We got Cockavin Marie over here. All the good things, the Ectomart cards, grappling hook, all the stuff that we need for ourselves, and then some other things for nothing here. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. You keep the pistol. I mean, the money is good. Let's hope that we can finally go into the upper room, whatever that is, the Old Eel Hotel? Is it an hotel? There was also a line in the poem that said something about what had once been a temple to wisdom. So that's probably an old library or something like that, or a university, because there's the university. But I'm gonna go talk to the kids. No, we don't have the kids back. Do we have the kids on this map? We do not. Well, we have the drugstore, so that's a good thing. We might want to go talk to the devil over here. It's not a devil. But we might want to go in there and just have a chat and be like, "Oi, can your devil tell me anything about this?" "Look who paid us a visit, Barzil. What do you have for me in that bag of yours? Perhaps a short of morphine?" Let's see what you have. Is this a trader? Interesting. I don't think he wants morphine. Huh. Curious. We're gonna need to buy food. I mean, no offense, but how do you become like this? Do I look like I enjoy discussing that? You think I secretly have some good memories that I'm about to reveal? They stamped, scraped, and bent me until I lost all purpose, until I was reborn in their eyes. Let's just say I was more interested in learning than worshipping, so they had to rehabilitate me. They had to teach me that questioning leads to the ultimate form of unhappiness. With his whispering voice, he imitates his tormentors. Under the awakened, sanctified presence, no pursuit other than devaluing yourself can bestow tranquility. So they devalued me to a point where only suffering remains. Would you like to barter? Yes, as long as you have something to take my pain away. I had stolen some tomes and manuscript from the cult before making my escape. Some of the volumes I've studied through thoroughly and not need anymore. Okay, so that sort of explains what the heck's going on with this strange screen. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you later. And the stranger wants to talk. Sorry, the outcast? Outsider. Wait. Yeah. The outsider looks at the tormented soul who goes by the name of Krog. This man, he's a breathing monument of the evil your kind commit against each other. And I believed I was one of you? How grandiosely naive. Well, you should never have given so much credit to humanity in the first place. How true your words ring in these old ears. Man, he's chatty. Okay, let's go into this is where we get the discount. Richter's store, which is great, because we need to buy things, food. Well, not really food. I mean, yeah. Also, it's not here that we buy food. Or is it? Let me see your stock. It is where we get the discount, so that's pretty good. Let's see if I can sell some nice things. That's a component. Unfortunately, I can't really sell too many nice things. I can buy, though, if you sell food and things. Revitalizer. He doesn't sell food. Or things. Psychologist Pendulum, that's a different thing altogether. And then we have the other stuff. Scalpel, yeah. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. But I can buy, which is good. And actually, I probably should go to the other map to talk to the, to this guy over here. Oh. This is still here? Is that a bug? I think that might be a bug. Yes. Are you looking for something in particular? I can actually ask your expertise to decipher some things. The mysteries is not what we do here. Let me see your wares. So, he buys food, which is interesting, but it doesn't really buy much of what I really want to say. Oh, he sells lead shots. Excuse me. Those are pretty good. I'll buy them. Those do so much damage. It's unbelievable. Isidore does not trade in cigarettes. Cigs, as it was in the 1920s. That's a shame. He does trade in all the crap that I have. Huh. Yeah, I'm sorry. See you later. Let's go into the old eel house. That's the one. That's where the H comes from. The house. Are we all here? You see a tipsy, talkative-looking blonde man leaning against the bar. His reddish eyes roam the room as if looking for someone.
Sorry to bother you, sir, but may I ask a question?
Sure.
I see you've just arrived at Margarino's fine establishment, and I was curious whether you happen to be a rustic-looking fellow hanging around outside, or happen to see a rustic-looking fellow hanging around outside.
Information comes at a price.
Ah, I see. Yeah, you will fit in perfectly with this grim new world, sir. But know that you will not get cigs from me. Let me introduce myself. I'm Stanley Fredkin. I used to be a lecturer in the literature department at Miskatonic before committing wholly to my true intellectual passion, the study of folklore. But we can talk more about the latter. In the meantime, may I buy you a drink, sir?
Sure. He turns to Marino.
Some whiskey for this fine gentleman here, and not the usual rot-gut you serve. Real whiskey, if you please. Here you go, sir.
And Stanley raises his glass and takes a big sip of Marino's questionable whiskey.
Now, what were we talking about?
So you mentioned Miskatonic. Did you mean the university on the main street?
No, I meant the river.
Don't people learn about major water bodies in school these days? Oh, forgive me. Sometimes the sarcasm... Oh, it was supposed to be sarcasm. It's terrible. It's terrible. Sarcasm that just doesn't translate when it's in text, so, you know, it's complicated. Anyway, the answer is yes, please, absolutely. It is no boast to say I was a mighty fine instructor during my time at the university. What a sad day it must have been when the students learned I had chosen the path of the wandering folklorist. What have you been studying lately? Oh, I see that I've aroused your interest. Have been known to have that effect on people, being an intellectual inspiration and all. to get to your question, I've been in Vermont recording the legends of the winged ones of the hills. A very profound topic indeed. Winged ones of the hills. That's kind of the bodiless aerial skyfarer thingy in the poem. From Pennacook myths to the legends of Governor Wentworth's colonial grants. Anyway, you will find mention of these winged beings from the skies. Whispers of these creatures may be found even in the folklore of distant Himalayas. There must be a reason for these beliefs to be so widespread, right? Yes. They are birds. That's probably a good reason. What do you suspect is the reason? There are things I am willing to share for the benefit of the public good, and there are things that I am not. Okay. Another thing, then. Of course, I'm glad to have the opportunity to engage in an intellectual conversation with another sophisticated mind. Rare in this town, huh? But enough about me. What's on your mind? Well, on my mind is the end of the episode, because we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG. And this has been Stygian. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.